We are the one, the light in the dark. One heart, one world, one spark. We are the one, together we rise. One dream, one voice, one sky. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Women Empowered Across the World. And this is our podcast. And I have my host, Jackie Zaccoli, with me. Guys, please check out her Gen Network, Global Impact Network. She's doing some amazing things you want to know. And her information will be in the show notes on the episode up in YouTube. And I'm Carol Witt. And I am the founder and director for YEA Global. We just went into 83 countries, 46 of them are Africa. And I teach mindset, it's the biggest deal. And today we have Nancy Chen joining us. We are so excited to hear her story. Guys, get ready for another amazing story from a powerful woman out there. Nancy, come join us.
Thank you, Carol. And thank you, Jackie, for inviting me.
Beautiful. Okay, so Nancy, share with us who you are, what you're about. Just share your life with us and inspire us.
Well, I currently live in Las Vegas, Nevada, Sin City, as they call. But I'm originally from the East Coast in New York City. I'm a first immigrant here, first, American landing here. My parents had like 8 kids, and so from southern China and Hong Kong. And I got into my business that we're planning to talk about is networking. And I didn't realize about that until I came to Boulder, Colorado. And so I was in Boulder, Colorado for 20 years before I moved to Las Vegas. And I joined the chamber there, the Boulder Chamber in Boulder, Colorado. And they said to me, and I worked for a corporate firm. So I was networking, not realizing what the word was, networking, but I enjoyed meeting people and talking to people and connecting them. And someone said to me, "We really don't know what you actually do, but you're a great networker." And I said, "What do you mean by that?" And they said, "Because you enjoy speaking to people and you enjoy connecting people." Because at the chamber, I was the one of the ambassadors that worked with women's leadership groups and also different as speaking in different areas and in the chamber and actually making those introductions, which everyone thought was really cool. And they said, you should do that. So I started to do that, and people start to recognize you, and you get there visible. And networking, I call it networking is your net worth. And the reason for that is because of the importance it is and the strategy you need to network properly.
Mhm.
Mhm. But so you want me to get into like a little bit about networking
Oh,
for,
Your background. We
you
want to
want
know
it?
your background, more of how you got there. We know your life story.
oh, okay. Um, well, in being born as a Asian woman, it's more importantly to know, and I still think it's going on because each culture is different. Our culture was different because of I didn't know then, but it was shy, introvert. We didn't go out partying. We didn't do any of that overnight sleeping and going to clubs and things like that. You just lived a life of going to school, going to work, coming home. And if you're going to play with anybody, it's going to be in front of your street, the your neighborhood kids. That's how it was. And my parents were pretty protective, I would say now, seeing what was going on. And it was really not being out there because as I grow up, it's just friends. There was no quote unquote networking going on in business at all. Even when you worked a job, it's just going to the job and coming home. There's nothing about Well, you should be talking to people, tell people about even the corporation you're working for to get the marketing out there. And what happens is no one's told you, so how would you know? So, like I said, it wasn't until I got into Boulder, Colorado that that happened because from New York and when went to Richmond, Virginia, it's all about, working for the corporation, going to work, coming home, you have a family, you're cooking, how busy women get. So the empowerment of actually people telling you how well you are is usually coming from feedback from other people. And it's kind of like the idea light that comes over your head and says, "Oh, is that what I should be doing that I enjoy doing is meeting and connecting and engaging with people, but not only that, but actually helping them make those connections." And so when I was in uh, Boulder, that's how it happened. So people need to kind of like join an organization. That's kind of like the first step. And that's what I did was the first step. Was I scared? Yeah, you betcha. And was I nervous? Yes, I was nervous. And especially going into another field of meeting other people in business.
Mhm.
So that makes it very different. But now, as a entrepreneur, working my own business, it seems that everyone should know you have to be visible out there, whether it's online or whether you go to small networking groups. It's those small steps that makes you be able to get out there to start talking to people. One step at a time. You don't have to go to a large networking event. You can just go to a small one. You can even start one with your friends, with 4 or 5 people, and start conversing. It's those little things that makes it easy because we know how difficult it is to actually network. It's not comfortable. And sometimes it can be downright intimidating.
Mhm.
And if it's intimidating, you kind of like your little voice in your head go, nah, it's easy to stay home. You don't need to go today. Stay in your pajamas or stay, online and things like that. Not that there's anything wrong online. You're still meeting people, which is great. But being an introvert is a little more difficult because we don't like the crowds. We don't like, small talk. We don't like to go out there on our own, quote unquote, working the room because it's really nerve-wracking. But if we have someone with us that can come with us and be a buddy for us, it's almost like having that little secret security blanket. And it makes you feel very comfortable as long as someone's standing next to you. And little by little, you go in and you watch other people, you observe, and you ask questions. Because that's great. Introverts and shy people have great questions. They know to how to be able to converse, but in a different way in order to work the room, right? And it's not being the loudest person in the room. It's more of building the trust with
Mhm.
relationships over time. And it does take time to do that because then it makes you feel more comfortable being able to observe, strategically go around the room and think, who is your market person that you can work with? Who is the person that you can deal with that probably can use your service or may know people that could use your service? Because it's not always the person you're talking to that is going to use your service. It could be someone that they know. And that's why networking is so important because it's a lot of high value when you
Mhm.
actually have an opportunity to be in a room where you can be speaking to people that could shift the way you think, shift the way you're
Mhm.
mingling into something, right? Like a mindset, like you were saying earlier, Carol, is to make that shift and that change. Sometimes we can do it, sometimes we need a little help, but there are coaches out there that can help you, and there are people who can talk to you about it and stuff. And so the thing is listening carefully. And one of the things that people forget is how to follow up when they speak to people. Is
Mhm.
that a good one, Carol? Yes. It's one of those things that you need to follow up, and you can follow up with a phone call. You can follow up with just sending a little note saying, "Hi, I met you at such and such place. Do you remember me? We talked about this and this." And it's just dropping those lines. And once you get to know people, like Jackie and I, it could be months pass by, but you get on the line like you're talking again
Yeah.
because you know each other, you feel comfortable, you trust
Hmm.
each other, and you have an idea because we like to be out there educating, teaching people of what we do, how can we help others, and intentionally work with them because we want people to feel authentic. We want to help people. We want to network so people are able to know what services that you could bring to them. So you're giving them a disservice if you're not doing that. And I'm not saying just jump into it like you dive into a pool, although people do that just to get into the pool, right? Instead of waddling in with little steps. Sometimes you have to do that a little bit. And yeah, the first time is always a little nerve-wracking, but after a while you may go to even look for smaller networking groups. It doesn't have to be a huge chamber group, right? And then why I think it's so important to your net worth is because it influences, like if you're looking for a job, for career opportunities. It's great for your own, like I said earlier, your business growth. Great to have the opportunity to have referrals. So if somebody trusts you, they will going to go ahead, refer you to others. Build your confidence each time you go out there. People see your face when you're out there for visibility, and it makes you be able to connect with the people that you enjoy connecting with. And so for the 2 years I was here in Las Vegas, like nobody knew me at all. Same thing with Boulder, Colorado, but no one knew me. Now here, I didn't get into like joining the chamber or joining the Rotary because I already am a Rotarian in Boulder, Colorado for like 8 years, I guess. And now, and occasionally I work with the Boulder Chamber there. But here, I'm more doing my own networking. And I'm also, I would like to give your readers and your people that listen to Yay Global,
Hmm.
event, Global Summit, that they can join a group. It's not mine, but it's called alignable.com. So
I am.
everybody you're on, and we should connect
We
because
will.
it's a great opportunity. You can join for free.
Mhm.
You put up your profile, you're just
Mhm.
limited to the number of people you can connect with. And there you can also connect one-on-one. When you go in, sometimes there's 100 people, but they break you up in what they call smart connections, which is fairly new in the last year or two.
Mhm.
And you're able to meet one-on-one with people remotely. So
I
that's
run 3 groups. Yeah.
yeah, you're in three groups? Okay. And they do have an introvert group on there that somebody else runs. And the thing is, for me, it's a great group as well, but you're in with the same people. You need to step out of that. That's to me. To visit other groups, listen to what other people are saying and stuff. And obviously, you pay a different level. You're able to meet more people, connect with more of the services they have online. And you can do referrals online too. So I'm an ambassador for Alignable Alliance of Las Vegas. So I started with like 15 people that was on there, less than 15. It's now like 2,600 that joined the Alignable Alliance Las Vegas, and I have a monthly meeting. So we probably got 50 to 60 or more people that come to the event once a month. So, and this is where businesses come together. They network. We talk a little bit about what's going on with Alignable, and things like that. So it's another opportunity that your YouTubers can watch and be a part of it. You know, so like we said, it's really having those authentic connections and those relationships, and networking matches you probably with the next person that, get to know you and who you are. So those are the things I like to do, and I like doing the networking and strategies of helping people to do this. And as a personal coach, it's more of also where are you now? Where are you planning to go forward? What are your goals? And do you need an accountability partner? Do you need a mentor? Do you need someone to work with you in regards of where you're headed? Sometimes we need that. Sometimes we need that little help or the little nudge to get going in certain areas. So I think it's really important, especially in this digital age. It's so important to get to know and build those alliances.
Mhm.
And Jackie knows how important alliances are. She calls them alliances. I call them networking, but it's that type of engagement that needs to be really worked on because it's not easy. And you can ask Jackie, it's not easy to get out there and build it and bring people into your networking events and things like it. It takes a lot of work as well. But
Mhm.
the main thing is really it's for yourself. You have to think about yourself. And your health is important and meeting with the right people is important. And because time is what you don't get back. Time moves forward.
Mhm.
Time moves forward. You got to take a decision. And why not January of 2026? Make some changes.
Beautiful.
Get out of your challenge, right? I mean, get out and challenge yourself. And
Mhm.
that's what it's all about. And if you need help, we're here, I think, right?
So great. So great. So, yeah. So I have a question for you.
Sure.
So Nancy, what, inside of the services you offer, what can you explain more the services so that our listeners, when they can reach out to you, they know what it is that you offer them inside of your coaching?
Right. Inside the coaching, and like we were talking earlier, Carol, it's
Mhm.
really our own mindset. It's really how we think. And it's fine in the sense because we're all brought up differently. And we're all brought up in different cultures.
Mhm.
And sometimes we don't realize it's a culture difference, right? And we keep doing it over and over because that's what we're comfortable with. The thing
Mhm.
is, what I do is I help people move out of that type of mindset. It's more individual talking to people. I do have a Calendly which they can be do a one-on-one for 30 minutes
Okay.
and talk about it. But the main thing is offering them a path to
Mhm.
where they can make these changes, the support and accountability to let's move forward and see where you want to go and
Mhm.
bring in the confidence for them, bring in their authentic ability to be out there to speak to people, because sometimes that's hard. Is it questions that you need, the open-ended questions that you need to talk to people about because you don't even know where to start? And I'm
Right.
here to help them to say where they can start, what changes they can make, where they're moving forward. And through the coaching, we can work it where we can find results and solutions for you. And it's step by step, but it can work. And those are the opportunities that they can see. And we work individually with each of the people,
Okay.
each professional to move forward. Because everybody has their own sometimes baggage that
Mhm.
we need to now define that to what you want to do. Not what everybody else wants you to do, but what you want to do and where you want to go. And you got to really take us like a break, like a red light,
Right.
and ask questions for yourself. What is your why? Where do you want to go? How do you want to make these changes? Who should I speak to? There are plenty of coaches out there in different areas that can help. They just have to ask. And sometimes that's a tough thing to do.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
So, so one more question for you,
Sure.
and then I think Jackie might have a question. So what do you like? Okay, you're somebody that really moved people into a new space inside of their mindset around networking and what can be done inside of it. What would you tell people that are just coming up now and having to go out there? What's advice that you would give young people that are stepping into networking now? Do and some of them are already doing networking because they've been on Facebook. They've done a lot of things as they were growing up where we didn't. But
Right.
what would you tell them? What would you tell them
Well, for the young
do?
entrepreneurs and
Yeah.
even people who are, like you said, no age range, and if they're starting their business and really
Mhm,
want to change what they want to do and starting their own, I don't know, beauty care business or starting so many is in digital
mhm.
applications and working like that and really want to get it out there, right?
Yes.
So there's things that they can do is like if you're in IT and you're in that computers and digital applications and things like that, or doing your own apps, you should
Hmm.
find some networking events that are geared to that. And then you're able to talk to people that are in the same realm and discuss what they're doing, what's working for them, what's not working for them. Because sometimes you could be going to a networking event that's not really geared to where you want to be, right? And the thing is you don't want to waste your time. So it's really talking to people that one is in your field.
Hmm.
Another one could be because it shouldn't be competition. It should be more compliance, really
Align
collaboration.
alignment.
Collab Alignment and collaboration. There you go. And because we learn from each other. Even
Hmm.
right here in your program, everybody's learning something
Hmm.
to be out there. And we
Yeah.
shouldn't be afraid to do that. But the authenticity and being able to be yourself is so
Mhm.
important.
Yeah.
And we need that support group. And we do need the people out there to be empowered. And how are you going to do that without being in the right group? You need
Got
to
it.
be in the right group that does that. So one of my thing is, yes, get out there to go to a small event, be a guest. You don't have to join events right away. You be a guest. Say, oh, you're part of Rotary, or you're part of the chamber. Can I come to a guest, spot? Because a lot of things are also public. Maybe it's $10 like a mixer or something like that. That's
Mhm.
not a lot for people to
Right.
go to meet like 25 to 50 people, you know? And it sounds like a lot, but as a shy introverted person, if you want to like just step aside where most people do and wait for people to come to you, you can do that. Or you come with a friend and let them mingle with a small group of four. I mean, there's no really reason of not stepping out, right? That's a challenge for us, but sometimes we just got to do that.
Yeah.
And one of the other things that I do is if people want to go to a networking event, I will shadow them at the networking event. And I
Good.
would talk to them of what they're doing and not really critique them as much as is what they could do better.
Mm.
Because everything's positive.
What a great, what a great thing. I love that. That's a great service for people that are just, timid about going for the first time to something or
Mhm.
doing. Oh, I love that.
And there's
Thank
online
you.
groups that you can be a part of too.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really, well done and well run. And
Yeah.
besides the education and seminars like this, there's all the
Right.
other groups they can join, which is awesome.
Thank
So
you. Thank
it's a
you.
little research, Carol, a little research they got to
I
do.
got it. Thank you, Nancy, because, I'm a little bit on the different side. I'm absolutely a social butterfly. I can go into a room and just start talking to people, asking questions. I always go inside of asking questions,
Mhm.
but I seen a different side by you sharing.
Mhm.
Because I don't think about it that way. I've always not really had a problem meeting new people. So I'm not going to take that for granted any longer. Thank you,
No,
Nancy.
well, one of the main things is, introversion
Yeah.
is really difficult because there's so many extroverts and they don't understand what it is a person that's
No.
introverted at all. And we got close to probably 30 to 50%
Oh, I
that are
know.
introvert. And
Yeah.
they think people that are shy and introverted are more like, well, they're into themselves or they're conceited and they don't want to meet people. And it's not that. It's just that's their own way and that's the way their brain functions and stuff. And we need to learn more about that. I mean, but I came out of my shell a little bit and stuff and realized where my niche was and what I enjoyed. And so visibility is really important to be out there. And that's what I had to do for 2 years here. I was really getting my name out there and Nancy Chin-Wagner, and that's my business and everything, and I'm on LinkedIn and everything. So m the purpose is really helping others to get
Hmm.
out more, either remotely or in person, in smaller groups before they go into any larger group, and bring yourself a buddy or a friend. So those are the kind of things. And for young people, same way. You can't talk to parents and family members for so long. You got to get out there.
Got it. All
Mhm.
right. So, Jackie has a question for you, but I want to just thank you because you
You're
opened my
welcome.
mind to seeing it a little differently,
Mm.
than what I've seen in the past. I think I probably hang out with mostly extroverts, because I'm honestly don't see a lot of introverts inside my friends, so I haven't experienced it that way. Thank you
But
for.
if you're speaking to them one on one, they're not going to show that. But if you
Yeah, I
bring them
got it.
someplace, they may.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Mhm.
All right, Jackie, go ahead. Oh, you are muted, Jackie.
I'm getting it straight so that I want to know, you know me, I want to find your niche and to be able to get it directly. People that would come to you then are the extrovert area, and possibly those that have been um, A-type personalities kind of in their life, but they don't feel comfortable with that. That's not really who they are. So you
Mhm.
help them to, and the small business owners generally. So your calling card to them is if you are an introvert and if you are shy about networking, come to Nancy. Is that the concept?
A little that I kind of opened it up, not specifically only to introverts. It's business people that need to know the networking skills that are
Okay.
out there to
Mm-hmm.
help them, encourage them, empower them to
Okay.
be themselves. They think they're probably themselves, but they could be going to a networking event that's not what they should, where they should be going to market what they want to market. But the thing is, we want to save them time so they can go to the right one. So if you're doing digital applications, like I said, IT or computer work and stuff, it's good to go to a group that you have new people to learn a little bit what they're doing. And they could teach you a lot of different things and stuff before you go to a network where other businesses are. But the thing is be able to feel confident enough to speak to others, right?
Mm.
Because
Yeah.
it's hard to step out. It really is. So it's not just introverts. They do have a little bit more hard time getting into a group. 4 to 6 people, they probably can feel comfortable. One on one, they're comfortable. But if you go into a room, it's like deer in the headlights. And they're usually on the outskirts
Mm-hmm.
or
In
have a
fact, mm-hmm.
a
Yeah,
wine glass waiting for
yeah,
someone to come to them. Yeah,
yeah.
you can
In
see
in
them.
fact, when I go to networking events, I actually go up to one single people and talk to them
Great. That's what you
because
should
Yeah.
do to
It
yeah,
make them
should
feel
be.
and
comfortable. Yeah,
yeah, and because I see them kind of sitting off on the side, so I just go up to single people and start talking to them.
perfect.
And yeah, so
It's a good welcome.
yeah,
So,
yeah, they are, and they're amazing people out there. Go
Yes,
meet
they are.
people. Go meet
Yes.
people. Um,
so yeah, my other couple of parts of that question is, are you and I'm sure you are, giving them concepts of what to say when you actually talk to people, because that would be the hardest. And I base what I tell people is that what their expertise is and what their need is. And
Mhm.
when you can find out those two things, you can find people who they do need. And it's a much better resource than giving them a referral or buying their insurance.
hmm Because
So,
it's like a BNI group, Jackie. It's like once you get to know the person, you build those relationships, you build the trust. And when you build the trust, you get to know who that is. And if you stay in contact with the person, then you're almost like a marketer. Because that's what
yeah.
BNI is. It's just a bunch of people together and they're marketing for each other's group, right? And I'm not in BNI now, but I'm just saying it's once you get to know people, you can talk to them about the other person, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the one-on-one comes in really strong because you're able to market each other because you
Yeah.
trust each other.
Yeah.
So and then once you know what they do and their needs, you wouldn't have a problem talking to somebody and go, I need this person to do this and this. Because I had a person that does solar panels in a house, right? But what happens if a solar panel breaks for whatever reason, hail or whatever? They don't fix it.
No,
There's also other companies that
that's
fix that. They don't
that's their
put it in.
alliance.
So you
Mm,
don't know. Yeah, that's the
yeah,
alliance is exactly how,
Yeah.
and that's what networking thinking is thinking beyond just the
Mm-hmm.
one-on-one.
Yeah, what comes to and what goes after. So the other
Right.
thing, and I'll send it to you if you're interested, I have about 10 questions that you can ask in introduction that will bring people out so that you can actually find out what their expertise and need is and
Hmm.
makes you feel more comfortable because you can then relate. So if you're
Right.
interested, I can send you that. I don't
Sure.
know if you need
Absolutely.
that.
See, I'm open to all those,
oh
but it's the
yeah,
Yeah.
same thing, like you said, it makes them feel comfortable,
Hmm.
right? It
Okay.
got it.
makes them feel comfortable. And the main thing is they have to feel safe.
Right.
Hmm.
Right? Once they feel safe, they feel comfortable, and then they can be able to ask those questions. And
Wow.
if it's open-ended for a shy introverted person, it's even better because then the other person's talking more,
That's right.
and they're
That's
just
right.
listening. And introverts and shy people are great listeners,
Yeah.
great listeners. And
Yeah.
through listening, they
They
can
learn.
ask a question.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Exactly.
yeah.
Okay.
So great, Nancy. Thank you so much for being an amazing guest on our podcast. Guys, if you love these episodes, please subscribe to our channel. Please make comments and share it out with your network, with your friends, your neighbors, your community. They're not mine. And let's get it out to way more people. So you actually have something to really grab onto in going out there and networking because I loved all the things you shared, Nancy. They
Thank
just
you.
opened our minds and
Mhm. Yes.
opened our hearts to networking. Thank you.
You're
Um,
welcome. Thank you,
one of
Jackie, for inviting me.
You're welcome.
absolutely, and it's one of the scariest things out there for a lot of people.
Oh,
So
yes.
please, we do these episodes, one on Monday, two on Friday. If you know somebody or you would like to be a guest, please join us on our platform. Reach out to Jackie or I on LinkedIn. We're out there. All of our hosts are out there, and we'd love to hear your story. This, guys, is where women get to inspire and empower other women in the lives they've led. Thank you, Nancy, for the life you've led.
Thank you
And
so much for inviting me. And I invite your
absolutely
audience too. I think Jackie has my information if any of you
beautiful.
come with me.
Absolutely beautiful. So, guys, we all deserve to thrive. Let's do
Yes.
it together. Bye, everyone.
There's no divide, peace and love on every